We must stand wholly upon our own feet and rely wholly upon ourselves, or they would be obliged to sever the bands entirely. Our chief talked freely upon this subject later. The evening was still young, and the soft glow of the fading sunset colors sufficed everything with a luxuriance and beauty that one must see to appreciate. There was not a breath of air stirring, not even a sound to disturb the tranquillity that seemed to engulf us. The bandit situation that we believed had weighed so heavily upon us but a moment before had disappeared entirely. It was calm and peaceful. There was this beautiful feeling of complete relaxation, which again must be experienced to be understood. It was as though we were in a great stream of slowly moving light. We became suddenly aware that we heard the voice of Jesus, but not in words. My only explanation is that it was a pure, rhythmic, flowing, vibratory influence that came to us in thought instead of words. The effect was much more pronounced than that of words. The rhythm and cadence were beyond description. Thoughts seemed to flood in and lodge. This was an entirely new experience. As these thoughts or ideas came, we translated them into stenographic characters, then transposed them into words and sentences, later submitting them to these people for approval. When I say, "Behold, a Christ of God is here," I behold the God-man standing forth. I see this body as the true temple of God, the perfect instrument or channel through which the great creative principle flows and comes forth freely. Then this creation is unadulterated in image, form, and likeness. I am God. In this attitude I stand forth, the master of every situation, the Christ of God triumphant. It is this ideal that I worship, and that which I worship I bring forth. I can in no way bring forth God if I am does not present God to all humanity. In this attitude man stands forth, the master of every situation. The Christ is triumphant, conquering. God and man are walking hand in hand, one. There is but one principle, one man. One of our party thought for a moment and then asked, "How can we bring forth this light and make practical use of it?" The answer came, "Let your body become a generator through which this great creative radiating principle flows. See this principle as the emanation of all power. Know that it is the principle of all power. Then, like an electric generator, your body will collect and magnify this energy until you send it out as a stream of pure white light that nothing can resist, and anything directed toward you cannot harm you. You can also send such intense impulses of electric energy over these light beams that the body of the one attempting to harm you will be destroyed. Any resistance to this energy immediately magnifies its volume and therefore its velocity. The ones setting up resistance against it or attempting to set up their personal will only harm themselves. If they do not set up any resistance to this light, it will pour its healing balm through them as well as it does through you. It is the pure God beam and power, which blends with that of another at all times if there is no resistance to its free flow. It vibrates with the highest vibration. Consequently, all are vibrating in perfect harmony and accord, and no harm can possibly come to them as they are in unison with the God vibration. There is absolutely nothing that can harm another unless that one resists the God vibration. Vibration is life. Do you not see how you stand one with God at all times? In this attitude would there be a possibility of separation? The only separation is the resistance that causes the inharmony. Nothing can come near you when you stand in the holy mount, one with God. This is not a special privilege for a few. This is for all. I am the great absolute cause or source in which every child stands one with God. Thus all live under the law, the highest vibratory thought action. There is not an inharmonious vibration that can enter this sphere, this throne, where all belong and are at home. This is your divine kingdom. You can also use this power to return false and harmful thoughts or desires that are directed toward you. You can, if you so desire, set up this white God-light beam, endow it with God power, magnify and transform the energy the sender has given the thing or condition that was intended for you, then place it into your reflector and send it back to the sender with the velocity of light. When you return it in this way, it is a beam of pure white light instead of merely lowered vibrations as it was sent out to you. When it reaches the sender, the impulses are so potent that it can destroy the body of the one who first put in motion the lower vibrations. It matters not whether you know the sender or the location from which it came. The vibration will return to its source unerringly. The judgment or day of retribution has arrived. As you give, so you receive. Good measure, God measure, pressed down and running over. You can transform God power and send it out with such force that it is irresistible. These are the beams or rays of light that you see emanating from my body. These rays are emanating from your body, although they are not yet as potent. But as you go on and use this power, allied with law and principle, you will add potency to the light and can consciously direct it to accomplish any good desire. When the artist portrayed me at Gethsemane, the rays of light went out from my body instead of coming out from heaven to me. The light is the God power generated from within my body, then sent out by the reflector. These beams go out from everybody when that person stands forth as God in his divine heritage, the Christ of God, all one. This is and can be made the definite motto of all humanity. Can there be discord between brothers if they become this all-absorbing one? Now, step up this white beam, which is the God beam, upon which you send out God power. Endow it with God power transformed 10,000 or 10 million times greater than that which has been sent out to you and which you are returning. This is as you decree. Then let it flow back along the same path that the vibrations of the thing traveled to you. When the person receives this ray and accepts it as coming from God, the attempted harm is all erased, forgiven, forgotten, and no harm can come to you or the sender of that harmful thought. You are both eye to eye one with God. Instead of inharmony, there is perfect harmony. You are again one. If the sender of the harmful thought does not accept the white ray which you have sent out in all its potency, his body will be destroyed. The pure white ray will completely erase every vibration of harm or discord if allowed to complete its perfect work. If resisted, there is nothing but a perfect erasure for the one who holds determinedly to the resistance. His resistance draws to him the whole creative principle adversely, as to the square of the resistance set up. The square means multiplying the resistance 4 times. Thus you see that, as you send out good or evil, it will return to you 4-fold. You are standing forth as the Lord or law, giving forth God or good for evil. But even in this attitude be truly humble. Judge not. Place every bit of love you possess upon this pure white ray, and see well to it that it is the pure love of God that you are generating